The USA Rice Federation is funding efforts to expand Louisiana-grown rice into Mexican households. What better way to do that than with a little healthy competition? Joining us now is This Week in Louisiana Agriculture's A.J. Sabine, who has recently returned from Mexico City. And you were a judge at a rice cooking contest that featured, how shall I put it, some unique ingredients.
Yeah, Mike, you're right. I never thought grasshoppers or lion meat would pair with rice, but what do I know? I'm just a TV guy. While the cooking contest was a whole lot of fun, the message was clear. U.S. rice is a versatile, wholesome ingredient, perfect for traditional Mexican cooking.
More than 19 million people call Mexico City home. The massive city is a mix of modern and traditional. From the crush of big city traffic and street vendors to the sounds of a traditional organ grinder playing to the bustling tourist crowd. The food culture here reflects that juxtaposition, especially when it comes to rice, because of the culture's long-standing relationship with corn. Across town, the USA Rice Federation tapped into tradition at this university here in Mexico City to challenge long-standing perceived limitations about USA rice. At this paella cook-off, more than a dozen teams of student chefs compete for bragging rights by combining traditional paella ingredients with modern flair, all with USA rice as a main ingredient.
And so you have kind of a creative outlet, and it's a hands-on way that these new and up-and-coming students can use rice in dishes. And the ultimate goal is that when they graduate and they become chefs, that they will increase the use of rice in the restaurants where they work.
Student chefs smoke, simmer, and stir their creations while interested onlookers take in the almost festival-like atmosphere. Through interpreter Marvin Learer, Chef Israel Godinez explains that cooking competitions like this one not only promote the versatility of U.S. rice in this country, but continue traditions of Mexican cooking for the next generation.
Rice is one of the most versatile things that can be used in cuisine.
Y en México es uno de los ingredientes de la canasta básica.
And in Mexico, it's a basic product for us. Están tratando de mostrar nuevas formas.
Nuevas formas. Y de ahí obviamente incursionamos en la importación de producto, también tanto como el producto americano como el mexicano. Tratamos de obviamente que el arroz, yo en lo particular me gusta mucho también el arroz americano, honestamente, ¿no? Y sos lo uso muchísimo. De hecho tengo un negocio donde también utilizo mucho el arroz.
Yeah, and we're trying to expand the knowledge of rice here and showing it in different ways. I happen to like parboiled rice in what I do.
You know, the USA Rice Federation has about 50 of these events each year trying to promote rice into the daily diet of every Mexican. But the unique feature about this particular event is the unique ingredients and the unique flavors, what makes you want to have a little bit of rice every single day.
Yours truly was invited to judge some of these culinary creations. However, with so many talented teams competing, it could potentially be difficult to pick a winner.
You know, this is the problem with being a judge. It's hard work, but someone has to do it. It's a tough gig, isn't it?
It is.
Professional chefs judge each team's variation of the traditional paella theme. Each recipe is judged on 4 basic criteria: use of rice, presentation, creativity, and of course, flavor. For Chef Rene Espinoza, his team's creation features the exotic flavors of Africa, including lion and ostrich.
Our principal ingredient is lion meat.
La cual se obtiene en el desierto del Sahara hacia el sur de África,
which comes from the Sahara and the southern Saharan regions of Africa.
Además de eso, utilizamos lo que es carne de avestruz.
We also have ostrich meat,
que también se obtiene desde el norte de África hasta el sur, extendiéndose.
Which comes all over Africa, but primarily in the north.
Moran says events like this cook-off literally create enough buzz around the city to change the perception that rice is too dull for Mexican cuisine.
A lot of Mexicans here think of rice as boring. It's white, it's plain, and it's only edible if you put it with something that has strong flavors. So the students here, you know, by bringing in old recipes with insects and crickets or new recipes with lion meat, it's a very creative way to get people to sample something that may seem old and boring but kind of liven it up.
The USA Rice Federation works with 65 culinary schools in Mexico doing one-on-one, hands-on cooking demonstrations featuring USA Rice. And Mike, Chef Israel Godinez, whom you heard from in the piece, his team won the cook-off with his three-tiered paella.
And next week you are going to wrap up your reports from Mexico City. Looking forward to it. AJ, Sabine, thanks. Still to come on This Week in Louisiana Agriculture. Do you know what the official Louisiana state beverage is? Well, you probably do because Avery's already rolling the video. But why is that so important this month? We'll find out in the upcoming Ag Minute. But first, Kristen Oakes will introduce us to the next of the finalists of the Louisiana Farm Bureau's Young Farmers and Ranchers Achievement Award. Stay with us.